Reasonable miss on the bottom line. So revenue 75.5 billion. The forecast was 73.6 billion. In terms of the bottom line, we're looking at EPS of $5.01. The forecast was for $6.25. North America revenue just ahead of expectations, 46.1 billion. We've got international coming in at 19.1 billion. That was in line. So AWS perhaps a little light. I haven't actually got that number, but given that the other one was slightly ahead, maybe AWS in line. We'll come back with that in a moment. But either way, beat on the top line, slight miss on the bottom line. Stock down about 2.6% as a result. Mike, we talked about the huge run-up, of course, it had coming into this.
Yeah, it was up 12% since the market peak of February 19th. So obviously going in completely different direction. So presumably everybody knew that there was going to be massive demand. It's a matter of the cost of delivering on that demand for Amazon, a little bit less discretionary type goods and things like that. Free cash flow down on a trailing 12-month basis, they mentioned in here. So it does seem as if they didn't fully capitalize it on all this new business on the bottom line. But, you know, I don't think it changes the overall story too much. I do think that delivery cost is going to be perhaps some issue.
Well, there's so much text in this release, it's going to take 25 minutes to go through it. But I'll just pick out one line on that point, Mike, about profits. So here's a quote from Jeff Bezos. If you're a shareholder in Amazon, you may want to take a seat because we're not thinking small. Under normal circumstances, in this coming Q2, we'd expect to make some $4 billion or more in operating profit. But these aren't normal circumstances. We're going to spend the entirety of that $4 billion basically talking about making the investments that they need to get their business up to speed. And they say when it comes to AWS, groceries, retail on Amazon, they're being tested when it comes to just delivering in so much demand because of this current crisis. So there you go. I mean, they're back in spending mode, Mike.
No doubt about it. And you wouldn't, you know, I think you'd be surprised if it were otherwise. But the way it's articulated there in fairly specific terms, I think brings it home.
I just mentioned the AWS number, Sarah. I found it is 10.2 billion. The forecast was 10.3 billion. I mean, they're still the big leader in this area in terms of year-over-year growth. That's 33% growth for that number. So you can't really argue with it, I guess. Microsoft's beat relative to expectation was a bit stronger on that line in terms of cloud. But nonetheless, Stephanie, 10.2 billion, growing 30% plus per year for that very profitable part of the business, something still to celebrate, and offers diversity of their earnings at this time. I guess, again, it comes back to that point of how much was priced in and what this is going to mean to the bottom line. All this extra spending, Stephanie, going forward, it's down 6% as we speak in after hours trade.